to all of my Aries out there. So if this reading resonated with you, then feel free to contact me at Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com, or feel free to go to my website, Kareemspiritworks.wixsite.com. What do I want to say? Please make sure to get my book at Amazon. The link to my book that's on Amazon is in the description box below. Also, too, I wanted to say, some people are having some sort of financial issues and stuff like this. And they don't necessarily understand how money works. I would suggest you go ahead and pick up my book, because I've actually added some more pages to the book, which talks about how to create a family and how to exist as a monarchy, essentially, because everyone is a potential monarch in their own right. They just have to learn. They need the right knowledge. They need the right knowledge, or they need the correct knowledge and the heart to actually go out and do that stuff. Because for instance, I don't know if people knew this, but you can register your own home as a country, within a country, legally, lawfully. So anyway, I'm gonna turn it off. So for you, so for you Aries, we have the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords. Let me see if okay, the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, Page of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, the 5 of Swords, the Chariot, 2 of Swords, King of Pentacles, and last but not least, the Ace of Wands. Okay, so what I'm seeing here for you Aries, right? Because we're on Aries. What I'm seeing here for you Aries is that this is a situation for you Aries where you Aries have to understand, since you have the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Swords and the Page of Cups, this is about you Aries having to learn to cut off a relationship, to get rid of one. Because the 8 of Swords is you thinking, the 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, you're thinking that you are on some form of equal footing with this person that you are trying to know. And it just seems like every time that you and this person get together, it almost seems as if they're competing with you. They're trying to outdo you. They're trying to prove to you that you're inferior, that, the divine told them that it's inferior. I'll tell you where that mentality comes from. And this is where it is that you get this manifest destiny crap from. The whole manifest destiny crap comes from the idea that if I am wrong, then why am I more physically successful than you? If I wasn't ordained by the divine to colonize you, then you wouldn't have been colonized. Terrible advice. And I really, wink, wink, hint, hint. And that really goes to show you the hubris and the confidence of a person who has the mentality of that. You know why? Because sometimes, and this is the thing that a lot of people don't understand, sometimes you end up winning in the short-term perspective, right? And end up being an example of how not to wield power. So a lot of people out here thinking, well, I'm more successful than you, so I'm humiliating you, right? They get power, they humiliate people because they have this perspective of, the divine wanted me to do this to you because I'm so successful physically and you're not even realizing what you have. I'll tell you what they've become. They've become examples of how not to wield power. Because let's not forget the French Revolution happened. Let's not forget that stuff. Let's not forget that, with all this power that you think you have, you could still be dragged out of your home and, not threatening anybody. I'm just saying that's how power works. And if so, the things that the Page of Cups is, they're too delusional for you to continue to be around them and still rock with them. They're not gonna, they're too far gone. The Four of Pentacles and the Two of Wands, the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Wands represents how, since this is the case, you Aries also need to understand that what's going to happen here is that you offered a lot to them, and they completely disrespected whatever it is that you are offering to them. You were bringing cash to the table, because Aries love money, not more than Cancer, crabs do, but Aries love money. All the cardinal signs love money, but really everybody does, right? Generally speaking. But the zodiac sign that loves money the most is Cancer, crabs, and Capricorn. So and yeah, they didn't respect it. They completely was like, whatever. So the Five of Swords is, so this is their way of rejecting you. So it means that it's your time to leave. You don't have to feel responsible for being seen as the villain in the situation, right? It's time for you to leave, because if these people had any kind of decency or any of that stuff, they would have understood and would have respected, at the very least, that if they knew that they weren't really into you, they would at least give you the decency by telling you no. You know, they would have at least given you the decency to do that. But they didn't. What did they do? They would smile up in your face trying to take your place, backstabbers, right? So the Chariot and the Two of Swords represents this being a situation for you where the Chariot is that, and even if you're trying to stay in this relationship, there is not going to be any kind of real functional movement forward. You're going to have stagnation, because because I'll show you what I'm talking about. Because a lot of people think, and this is why it is that I say that in the Tarot system, you need to pay very close attention, and the Tarot system is meant to trick you, or is meant to quote unquote deceive you. Go back and watch the video. If you don't, you're not going to understand what it is I'm talking about. Because there we go. On the Chariot, a lot of people say, oh, this is about moving forward. Where? How is this about moving forward when the two Sphinxes, which represents the engine of the early day vehicle, which is the Chariot, they're laying down on their stomachs and they're not moving? So how are you moving forward when the engine, which is what's pulling the Chariot or the cart forward, right? What's pulling the cart forward isn't even moving. No, it means that it's stagnated. What it means. It's not going anywhere right now. And that's the state of the relationship. If you stay with them, the relationship is not going to get any better. And I'm saying this so that you can you can do this. Two of Swords. You can set the boundary right here and understand that it's time for you to stop messing with people, and you're not tolerant of people who is going to waste your time because they think that you Aries look good. Because I know a lot of Aries individuals. I've dated Aries. They're attractive, but at the same time, Aries likes to get in relationships with some loser, dysfunctional individuals a lot of times. But the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands represents, you need to also understand that what's going on here is you need to know that the next step for you, right? The next step for you is to know that what you need to do is understand that when you leave, they're still gonna try to be like, oh, that's not the case, and why are you leaving and stuff like this. Some of them may even tell you off. I never wanted you, I never needed you. Good. Then what it is that you're seeing is their lack of appreciation for you anyway. So don't pay attention to their hubris. Their hubris is pretty much, their hubris will be their undoing. You understand? So, okay. Let's clarify the Chariot. So you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Judgment, and then you have the King of Wands. Okay. So the Ace of Swords is about how some of you Aries, to be honest, some of you Aries will continue to try. Okay? Judgment. But this person will just tell you a bunch of crap that they think you want to hear. They're gonna start doing better, right? Okie dokie. But in actuality, they're not really gonna move anywhere. They still think they have you wrapped around their finger. What more proof do you need? Let's clarify the Ace of Wands. Okay, so you have the High Priestess, the Seven of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups. So the High Priestess is about how this person can't handle no when you tell them off, and they're gonna be watching you for a while. If you have social media pages, they're gonna be watching that. They're gonna be watching what you post. So you need to understand that try not to post so much. No locations. That's exactly what got PNB Rock caught up. No locations. If you post locations, good luck. Okay? But this person doesn't know how to take no for an answer. A lot of people will say this represents a secret admirer. Yeah, in a certain aspect. But what this represents is a stalker, a person who's, this is what I'm trying to tell you. This is one of those trick cards. It's meant to manipulate, it's meant to invert what you think. So this person isn't being a secret admirer where they think of you as being the next, or potential long-term relationship. They're looking at you as a person that they treat as an object and they can control. And they like that they like that control. They like the fact that they can get all of this. They can start treating you like a toy. So the things that the Seven of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups represents here, that you know, this represents that if you're still in communication with these people, they are going to tell you whatever it is that they think you need to hear or what you want to hear. It's up to you, Aries, to actually decide to leave them alone and to stop talking to them, because they're never going to stop texting you. All right, what more proof do you need of this? So that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Peace, y'all.